still a big rich town. We be serving bricks and pounds. Every move we make, we going for the crown. Power alternate can't hold us down.
What? I'm pressed. It's the TVC Press Tour, Heavy Press.
Make that pistol pop. Shawty got a bad boy fetish. Shawty come over and get it.
It's still a big rich town. We be serving bricks and pounds. Every move we make, we going for the crown. Power alternate can't hold us down.
What up, though, YouTube? It's your boy Brillo. We back in the building as this press tour continues. Today we got Power Alternate recap, episode 4 on go. Shout out to TVC. We about to get right into this recap. Go check out the full episode on Brillo, the big review, episode 4 on go. Let's get right into it. Episode kicks off 1 month later. After the events of episode 3 is 1 month later, and Angela is on the prowl. She wants to lock up Alicia Jimenez for what Alicia did to her Poppy. Rip Poppy. She has been focusing her investigation on Mahoney. She's been telling him, following him. She has the crime board up. Alicia Jimenez at the top. She got Tommy on the crime board. Zion's also on the crime board. 2-Bit, Dre, and Spank. So she's pressing, giving a presentation, and she has been following Mahoney, hoping that Mahoney can lead her right to Alicia Jimenez so that she can lock Alicia up. Next, we got Dre. Dre is in the gambling spot. He's trying to get money so that he can get out of town because let's not forget the cartel is on his ass as well. They want him eliminated because he did not keep the promise to open up the ports as well as be able to sell dope in James St. Patrick's club. So he's trying to get up out of town. When he at the gambling spot, he sees a familiar face and he like, damn, is this the cop that arrested me? So Dre, you know what I'm saying, he presses the cop a little bit. Hey man, I knew you was dirty. You arrested me, pulled me over for nothing. And the cop is like, you know what? You right, I am. And I know how we can make some money. Of course, Dre didn't go for it at first, but the cop presses him and say, look, I could tell the cartel, I could arrest you right now. I'll tell the cartel where to find you. Right? I got an idea for us to get some money and you can get out of town scot-free. Some drug dealers. I know where their stash spot is. I know where we can rob them. You just need one other person. So the plan is put together, and this cop is Lucky, an original character from Power Alternate. Let's get right into it, man. Next is the press tour. Tommy is out here pressing, man. Tommy is moving the work.
Bronx gets this route, Queens on this side, and I'm handling Brooklyn. We keep it tight, no slip-ups.
Say less.
Clock's running. Let's move.
So Tommy's business is flourishing. He did exactly what he said he was going to do, open up his own territory and establishing product in other boroughs, just like he said he would do for the cartel. So Tommy's doing quite well for himself. Now, James, on the other hand, not so much. Ghost is going to do what Ghost does. And, of course, he told Kane, look, don't you have family in Brooklyn? Don't you have a Costello family in Brooklyn? And Kane's a little shocked, like, how do he know all of this? And he's like, look, get with these dudes and tell them they need to be working with us. Of course, they say they have a connector already who is Vadim the Russian. But Ghost gives them such a gravy deal, and Kane facilitates this. So now Ghost has broken ground, and now he has a crew in Brooklyn of some real G's. When you think of the Costellos, they will not be getting eliminated by gas masks on Power Alternate. They're heavy press. They're actually going to be putting in some work, and Ghost facilitated that deal. So now Ghost has established a foothold in Brooklyn. Next, we get the conversation with Tasha and Tariq.
I thought it was him, but he like a real chef. He make this sushi with some lemon sauce. It's crazy.
You talking about sushi? You need to find out more about this chef.
I am. I'm gonna see what I can find out.
So Tariq's joking around with his mom, talking about the chef. But remember, Tariq is terrified right now because it never came to cross his mind that his mother could actually get eliminated. So he really wants to find out what's happening with Ghost and who this new dangerous connect is. But he reveals his ultimate plan to his mom, and he says, "Mom, I'm going to make it like I don't have nothing to do with the game. I'm going to try to get in college." And if he sees that, he's more likely to open up and share things with me. But so Tariq's plan is to finesse Ghost out of information and make it like he just wants to go to college. And Tariq tells him, Tasha tells him, find out more about that chef. Then when they get to the penthouse, Tariq breaks the news to him. Y'all might be grandparents. Now, if you watched episode 3, Tasha and Ghost, they've been real chummy. Ghost already took her to Pound Town, so they feeling a little romantic, so to speak. And they're like, this is not a bad thing. And to Tariq's surprise, it kind of brings the family together a little bit. And the unthinkable happened, man. Ghost sits Tasha down and he tell her, look, mistakes were made on both sides, right? I am done with Angela. He has not been able to contact Angela at all. She is not responding to his calls. And he's like, it's over. I am done with Angela. And just like Mo J said, if you lose the love of your life, like James did, you got to go with number 2. And Tasha is not a bad choice for a number 2. So they agree, like, let's give this thing another try. How long y'all think this gonna last? Gotta watch, gotta find out and see. But they're getting back together, y'all. Interesting. Let's keep this thing going. Now, Angela shows up at Truth out of the blue, and Ghost, by this time, it's midday. It's like 6 o'clock, and Ghost is, he a couple shots in. So he sees Angela. He like, yep, I knew she would be back. And he thinks Angela's trying to reconcile, but really Angela wants information from Ghost.
You need to help me out with this cartel, James. It'll stop a lot of blood from being spilled. The least you can do is help me put them in prison.
I'm done with you. If you need something from me, please contact my lawyer. We are done. Remember that.
So let me get this straight. You're not going to help me, and it's you and your son's fault my dad is gone.
If I wasn't out here chasing you around, my daughter would still be around. Take some accountability. You're not perfect. All you do is judge me. We're done.
Ghost completely snaps in this moment, man. He's like, you're blaming me for everything. Look, that was the PG version. He completely snaps, and Kane was there too. Kane actually thought, like, damn, this might get physical. This dude goes off on Angela, tells her how she got to stop blaming him for what happened to her. Nobody made her do anything she didn't want to do, which is true, man. And Ghost tells her, get your ass up out of my club. Don't contact me unless you contact my lawyer. I'm done with you. You want my life. If it wasn't for you, my daughter would still be here. If I wasn't running in behind and simping in behind I was good. So you came into my club in my life. So he kind of gives Angela a dose of her own medicine, and he kicks her out of Truth. And Kane actually thought he was about to slap fire out of Angela. I'm glad he didn't. Like I said, Ghost is buzzing. So I don't know. I don't know what to call it, man. This ain't the same Ghost from OG Power. He goes off on Angela. Angela leaves with tears in her eyes. I don't know what she was thinking. Next, we get the introduction of Zeke Cross, the phenomenon.
Out of Queens tonight, star guard Zeke Cross is making his college decision live from the Queens Child Project.
First off, I just want to thank God. Good evening, everybody. First off, I want to give all my love to the Queens Child Project for welcoming me like family. Mr. St. Patrick, thank you for believing in me and letting me be a part of this. And to Mr. Stern, appreciate the guidance. I'm proud.
Now, we know Simon Stern has a shareholder stake in the Queens Child Project. He also helped with Zeke Cross go to his alma mater. Zeke is a big deal, right? So he makes his announcement at the Queens Child Project, and we see who's ominously standing in the background. Monet Tejada being that momager. that she is. She's in the background, and we got the introduction to Zeke at the Queen's Child Project. Now, Tariq sees Stern on his way out, and he's like, "Sir, I need a favor from you. I need you to help me get early acceptance into Stansfield." And Stern's like, "I don't know about that." And Tariq tells him, "Listen, I can walk Zeke through this. You know what I'm saying? I got almost a perfect score on the SAT. All I need is a letter of recommendation from you, and I could do this in my sleep. Right? I need to get out of this city. I need to get in college. You're the only person that can help me. And I'm sure that my dad will be very appreciative." Wink, wink. So Stern's going to try to use this as leverage to get more of the Queen's Child Project, right? So this is Tariq's master plan coming into fruition. He's going to get back in school. Now, he's talking to Kane. Kane notices their relationship is starting to flourish a little bit in that 1 month. They're not best friends, but they got a mutual somewhat respect for each other. Like, Kane knows he's not just a straight sucker, and Tariq knows that Kane, is not just a bumbling idiot. So they got a mutual respect. So Kane's like, "Man, what's up with you, bro? You've been tripping lately. Like, you've been all down and out, and they have a conversation."
"I'm not gonna lie, I've been stressing. My girl just said she might be pregnant. I'm not gonna lie, I keep thinking about bills, tuition, all of it piling up. I need to start making some money. And the worst..."
"Man, you need to go and see that girl. You know how many times some random chick tried to pin a baby on the boy? Don't be a fool. Find out what's going on."
So Kane basically tells him, like, "Man, that's your first. That's dog. When the last time you seen to, you can't believe these chicks all the time," which is true. So he kind of gives him some big brother advice. Hopefully Tariq will take this advice. I'm excited to see how this relationship flourishes throughout this season. Will they fall out? How far is this thing gonna go when it comes to Tariq and Kane? Next, man, it's beef out here on these streets, man. Kane walks up to one of his corners in his territory, and I remember Kane's getting pressed out of territory, and he does not like it. But remember, Ghost said nobody's.
"You stepping on my block like you own it."
"Ain't your block. Streets don't got deeds, man."
"They do when I'm standing on it. You want in, you come through."
"I ain't asking, I'm taking."
To a little altercation, but Kane walks off, man. He lets it be known that, something's gonna happen to you, 2-Bit, if you don't get the hell up out of my territory. This is GTG territory, flat out. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little back and forth. 2-Bit wasn't budging. 2-Bit not having none of that. Kane is pissed, and for the first time, he goes off on James St. Patrick.
"You got me out here looking soft, man. Folks see me taking orders, they think I'm weak."
"What they think don't keep you alive. My call keeps you alive."
"Yeah? And when the streets stop respecting me, how long you think I last?"
"You last as long as you..."
Now, this conversation got a little bit sketchy. James almost had to put hands on him because, look, it's the end of the night. And like I said, James is about 6-7 shots in, man. Kane don't know the danger that he was in, but James gets a call, have to defuse the situation, basically tells Kane, like, "Look, I'm gonna handle this for you. Like, you need to relax, though. We're gonna make more money than you ever made in your life. You need to chill. And dog, you're not a thug no more. You need to put on a fucking suit and take that do-rag off when you coming around here. And look, talk to me at the Queen's Child Project. We need to put some distance between ourselves. I don't want to be seen with your goofy ass all the time. Find something else to do." So he suns him a little bit. Next, silence is golden. Monet Tejada is doing a little groundwork. She comes into the salon to get her hair done. Like I said, it's a month later, so the salon is popping, and of course, the Queen Child Project is being covered on the news. So they see Zeke and they see James, and Tasha mentions that, "I'm thinking about getting back with James." Monet says nothing. She's just listening in silence, getting her hair done. Of course, Tate sees the commercial. I mean, not the commercial, the news, and now he is pissed, man. And if you remember, it was a young lady that worked at Truth that was ear hustling, and Tate has found her. Say, "Baby girl, don't you work for Truth? At Truth, I could pay you, find me some dirt on James St. Patrick." And she says, "No problem. I will find you said dirt on James St. Patrick." There you have it. Tate is scheming and in the mix. Next, we got a robbery.
Police say last night's exchange of gunfire on 64th Avenue is connected to a crew known as GTG, already linked to several shootings across Queens. 3 people were injured, 2 suspected shooters taken into custody. Investigators are combing through.
This is Dre's doing, man. Dre and Lucky that made it look like the new startup gang in Queens, GTG, and robbed the spot. And the spot is, of course, 2-Bit and Spank Spot. Okay, Tommy's out of town doing his thing in the other borough. So 2-Bit does not want Tommy to find out about this situation. So he says, I'm going to handle this myself. I don't want Tommy finding out.
Police say last night's exchange of gunfire on 64th Avenue is connected to a crew known as GTG, already linked to several shootings across Queens. 3 people were injured, 2 suspected shooters taken into custody. Investigators are combing through.
So during this robbery, of course, Lucky is right up the block, so he's able to swoop in and be the first officer on the scene. And he's like, you know, this smells of GTG. This smells of GT. And then the next question is, who the hell is GTE? Now 2-Bit is like, I know exactly who this was. So now he's gunning for Kane. He's gunning for Kane, and we could get the battle that we've always wanted in the Power Universe. Kane versus 2-Bit. Just gotta wait and see. Diana gets a call. She just declines it. No words, nothing. They're still pissed because they think Kane is the reason why Poppy, aka Lorenzo, is a pack. Right? They still not rocking with Kane. Next, Ghost meets with Mahoney. But listen, under the guise of an actual legitimate business meeting. Now, Mahoney owns a small trucking company. Right? So James sees Mahoney and they strike a deal with the trucking company. He's going to use this trucking company for the laundry and washing clothes, as well as for goods and supplies for his club interest. But before they leave, he starts talking to Mahoney about territory in Queens, and Mahoney is shocked, like, who are you? Who are you? And then Ghost says something like, you know, I move like a ghost. And Mahoney's like, I always heard that Tommy Egan used to run with a. You are the person that they've been talking about. So Ghost has revealed his identity, Mahoney, and they strike a deal. Now, if you know, the cartel don't want to work with Ghost, right? But here's the thing: Mahoney is doing his own thing, and their business is legitimate. So they strike a deal. Listen, you got to back off. You got to tell Tommy to back off, and I need my Queens territory. And they strike a lucrative deal. Ghost is going to use his transportation, and he's going to get, and in return, James gets territory. So the problem that Kane had is no more, right? Territory in Queens is his, and just like that, without a body dropping, James St. Patrick does what James St. Patrick does, makes it happen. Stop playing. Next, Tasha meets with Tommy, and Tommy like, what the hell is this about Lakeisha telling me that you getting back with James? And she's like, look, it's not what you think. I'm trying to find out more information. And Tommy is not having it, man.
You're a snake, Ghost. You and Tasha, Tariq, whole damn family of snakes. Maybe Raina's better off.
Whole family of snakes, and he goes off, and it's like, he has a right to be upset, because last time we talked, I was telling you I'm about to smoke this dude. And he's still standing in my way. And now you flip-flopping. Yeah, I'm done. So Tommy's pissed, and he's like, look, stay away from me, stay away from Lakeisha. I'm done with all of y'all snakes. Next, bars. They done got bars. My man 2-Bit then spent the block on the territory. Bars standing on the corner, and they fra. They get out and fricassee bars. So in Book 2 Ghosts, 2-Bit eliminated bars, and on Power Ultimate, 2-Bit eliminated bars in the worst way. We see Lil Guap screaming in the background. It is up, and it's damn near war on the streets. And this is all for nothing, because that territory was already given back to Kane and them. So 2-Bit made his call to get revenge and end up smoking bars, because he thought GTG robbed him, when in fact it was Dre. Damn. Now, Kane's having a conversation, and he's like, Tariq's like, you know, we do what we have to do. He asked Kane, you know what I'm saying, you ever had to do something that you don't want to do? And of course, he's talking about going to see Destiny. Now he goes to see Destiny. He has a pregnancy test with him. He talking to her. Everything is cool, but he's like, "Oh, take this pregnancy test. We got to make sure." She like, "I took a bunch of tests. I don't need to do it." He's like, "Just do it for me so I can see." She like, "No." He's like, "Why you don't want to do it?" She's like, "I'm not doing it." He like, "Bitch, you not pregnant, basically. You trying to play me." And she admits it. "I'm not pregnant, but guess what? You're going to pay me. Because guess what I know? I know what you did to Ray Ray. You and that white boy." Because remember, Tommy already paid her a visit, pulled the blick out on her, threatened her. So she's feeling big and bossy, and she tells Tariq, "Listen, you gonna give me some money, or look, guess what? Guess where I'm going? I'm going to the cops. I'm going to the cops. What you gonna do? I'm going to the cops." What does he do? You know what he did. And look, him and Tommy bond over this because Tariq is in a blender. He don't have nobody else to call.
Please, Uncle T, I need your help. I didn't know who else to call. You need to come now, please.
Slow down, kid. What's going on?
It's bad. Real bad. I can't explain on the phone. Just get here, all right?
I'm on my way. Keep your head down till I get there.
And he gets there and he's like, "Look, man, this is what happened." She was gonna tell him, and then Tommy, she like, "Help me." At first, Tommy like, "Man, I'm not doing shit," but Tariq like, "Dude, like, you know what? Fuck it. I go and do my time. I'm not gonna say nothing about you," but she was gonna tell. She was thinking you did it. So long story short, they agree to help him, and they bond over this situation. You know, because we all know Tommy's history. They bond over this situation, and there you have it, man. On Go, episode 4. Hope you enjoyed the recap. If you haven't already, go check out episode 4 on Go. Full episode with the breakdown. Modai J had a classic moment. We also had Power is Fire on episode 1. Episode 4. So make sure you go and check that out. And if this is your first time coming across the page, lock into the real. You know the deal. Like, subscribe, you already know the vibe. It's the TVC Press Tour. And I'm about to slide, man. Peace. We out.
Lost without you. The big review. Go like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Lost without you.